Again, we'll open up our regular session for April 17th. Please silence, shut off your cell phones, and join us in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Melanie, we have the deletions and additions. You want to go over those?
Yep. I added officially the STP fund exchange that I missed. Recommendation to award bid for circuit court security and Van White inline crusher are all additions. Deletions, IGA between Marion County and Lake County, and emergency session minutes from 4/11/19.
All right. Board's good with that?
Yes.
All right. Public comment. Doesn't look like we're going to be overwhelmed with that today, so moving on down. Chip seal, Mr. Hawk, sir, you want to come up and we'll get you in and out of here hopefully.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Just wanted to come back in case you guys had any questions about what we discussed yesterday with the oil. That's first.
I don't.
I'm good.
So,
Yeah.
Did I ask a question that has totally nothing to do with these, or do I have to do those on work session?
no, we have this for action consideration. If you have a question for operation.
I just want to know, what is it costing us on gravel to, what is it costing us a yard?
Well, I don't,
It's a totally different subject.
I don't have just one number. I can give you an average, but each location in this county ends up being different because of either
In North Lake.
well, between 17 bucks a ton and as high as $21 a ton.
And then,
But what is that?
In Warner
yard?
Valley, it's a little bit more than that, and here, when there's a crusher available, it can be, based on volume, down as low as $14 a
So
ton.
what is that average on the yard?
Well, I don't know, I don't do things in yards, I do it by the ton.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll fill everybody in later. I'm just trying to get some information on a totally
Okay.
different deal. That's all. Thanks, Sue.
all right. So,
But,
go ahead.
I guess to clarify, are you just talking about chip gravel, chip rock, or are you talking about in general?
Just rock.
Are you talking
Well,
pit
so
run,
that-
3/4 minus?
It'll probably be heavier stuff, bigger stuff, 2-inch probably.
That's a whole different price.
Yeah, that, I mean, the price I just gave you was on chip rock, because I thought we were talking about related to chip seal.
No, it's on a project I'm thinking about.
There's a big variation in that depending on who's there and how much.
I'll fill you guys in
Okay.
later.
Yeah, no worries.
All right.
No problem.
Of what
No
I'm
problem,
thinking
but,
about.
and I don't want to speak for Kevin, but what I've dealt with rock over the years, if you're going 2-inch or 2-inch minus, like railroad ballast, it's clean, 2-inch.
I'm
half
just
minus.
thinking on filling some potholes.
Yes, I know what you're thinking.
So,
I would look at pit run.
okay.
So, all right.
Sorry, Kevin.
Oh, yeah, so that, what you're talking about, you should only entertain pit run material from a very close source. Now I understand what you're talking about.
Copy.
An extremely close source.
Okay, so we're going
I wasn't there, I wasn't there at first, but I understand.
Yeah.
You see why I was trying not to open a big
No,
can of worms?
I understand.
Okay, so getting back to the oil bids, I'd entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept the 2019 construction season chip seal oil for a fiscal impact of $908,405.
I will second that motion.
Motion's been made and seconded to accept the bid at the set amount, and that will be from
Albina Asphalt, so.
No.
No,
Idaho.
Oh, okay, pardon me.
Yes.
So
I didn't see.
if I
That's
may
what I
add just
did.
one comment that won't change your decision or anything about the oil. I scheduled a meeting, and I probably should have told you this yesterday, I scheduled a meeting in Plush at the Hart Mountain Store for the people, the cattlemen of Warner Valley, and I think it was on the 29th. We already had it, and so that I could meet some of the people who will be moving cattle on these same very roads that we're gonna be working on to try and minimize our road department expense in washing cow manure off the road, because that, while it's funny to talk about, is a very, very, very serious expense that we have. We spent nearly 15 grand last year hosing cow manure off the road to ensure that our oil product adheres correctly. So we had a meeting in Plush, and I probably will have another one at the Adel store. I only had one gentleman from Adel that was able to make that meeting. We advertise it in the whole Warner Valley, but we probably will do that outreach again.
Gotcha.
And it was, Sheriff Taylor was actually there. It was very favorable for the community to have that outreach and communication and
Excellent.
scheduling.
Very good. Other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Next item is the Vanway inline crusher. This was talked about yesterday. Any other discussion or thoughts on that at this time? If not, or if nobody needs an overview,
I don't
entertain a
know,
motion.
I think it was
I
great.
watched the video on,
Yeah, there's lots of YouTube videos on
pretty
it.
awesome
And
machine.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little more excited by the day because myself and Mr. Wells and Delbert Davis are very, very interested, and we wish we had this thing coming tomorrow, so anyway.
Good.
How long of a time is it?
We won't get this machine until September, the end of September, which in the reality of our work plan for the summer is fine.
Okay.
It'll be fine. That's actually when we want it in the fall, and we're gonna do this work in the fall and in the spring and what we can on the desert in the wintertime.
Excellent. Okay. I'll make the motion to accept the county down payment and purchase of the inline crusher for the said fiscal amount impact.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to accept the quote and lay out the payment structure as presented. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item, STP fund exchange. This is where we exchange for 94 cents on the dollar. Takes the federal guidelines away from those dollars, gives us the flexibility we need. This is what we normally have done in the previous years. Any more need to be
Not
discussed?
unless you guys have questions about it. It's a budgeted item for our revenue, and it exchanges some, the exchange rate includes some regulatory issues that we can utilize this money in our own management for. That's why we exchange dollars. That's probably the best way to put that. All right.
I'll make a motion, we accept the 2019 fund exchange agreement, surface transportation program between the state and Lake County.
Second that motion.
Further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. I think we're done with you unless you have anything else.
I don't.
All right,
Aye.
that was easy and painless.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Kevin.
Building department fees is the next one we have. Kevin is out doing inspections and an interview process with, also an interview process with contractors out at the fairgrounds.
Kenny, you mean?
What's that?
Kenny?
Kent Cooper?
Who did I say?
Kevin.
That's Kevin just left.
Yeah.
Thank you for the correction once again. I'm failing one more time. So anyways, Jennifer offered to come in. I told her I didn't think there was any need. What we can do is either by motion or consensus to accept their proposal to go through the ordinance process. If we, either by motion or consensus, that would trigger them to go ahead and get it to the state,
Take it
work
on
with
to the state.
Melanie
Yeah,
to hit the timeframes for our ordinance,
okay.
our fee ordinance. So, unless you need further discussion, Jennifer is available if we need further. I don't have to. So you want to do it by consensus or motion? That we accept this to follow the process through the hearing process?
What's the difference?
If you do it by motion and second, it just puts it into the minutes. That way consensus is just a little more general. And I think I'm not legal counsel, he's not sitting here. I believe they hold the same authority.
Let's just do consensus then.
All right. By consensus of the board, all three of us nod of approval for this to follow the fee ordinance process and to go ahead and notify the state. That'll be on our fee ordinance.
Okay.
Good. All right. Next item is audit RFP recommendation. We have Ann. We had a good overview yesterday. And I myself have no further questions. Does the board have further questions or any new updates?
No new updates.
Yeah, no, this looks fine. Yeah, I'm excited about doing something new, so, yeah.
Okay, so, I my paper here. I'll make a motion to accept the quote bid contingent upon the contract being written and brought before the board to accept that from Umpqua Valley Financial.
One second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you for the good work on that and the team, the rest of the team. Thank you very much. ODA grant agreement. That is one where we received $1,000. Melanie, any addition, information or anything on that?
Nope.
So we just need a motion to accept that grant and sign it. Is what we, our agreement, grant agreement.
Yes.
I got it in front of me if you want me to take that one.
Sure.
Or you got it right there?
No, sorry, did we vote on, the bid for, the circuit court security?
We haven't got there yet.
Okay. Sorry, that was, I
Did
must
I
have
miss it?
organized my papers wrong.
Did I miss it?
I don't see it on there. ODA grant.
It's on the addition.
Oh, it is, okay. All right, sorry.
All right. So we have the grant agreement. I'll move to accept the 2019 grant agreement, ODA-4162-19 as presented.
I will second that motion.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. I'm making sure people vote.
Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm talking about. Support letter, ESA, Gray Wolf delisting. You have a copy of that. We looked at it yesterday. This is one that also consensus of the board, just the direction I usually go. But maybe we butter the board like it, I'd say.
I think the letters well put together.
Consensus of the board, sign it?
Yes.
All right, next, we're gonna make Dave wait till the very last. He's not even listening.
Oh,
Well,
he is.
actually, some steaming right now.
The 2020 census county coordinator, we had quite a bit of discussion yesterday, or a little bit of discussion yesterday. It seemed like it came out that we could consider, or should consider Melanie to be the coordinator. The three of us help what meetings we can go to or help facilitate people to come to the meetings.
Yes.
Board's all comfortable with that?
Yeah. So
So
if there's any help that Melanie needs on the.
Do we need to make a motion or is it a
Yep.
consensus?
let's go for a motion on
Yeah.
that.
I'll make a motion to have Melanie be the coordinator for the 2019 census.
2020.
2020. Census.
I will second that motion.
Motion's been made and seconded. She just got railroaded, it looks like. No,
You're
she,
welcome.
we appreciate Melanie, further discussion. Melanie, we appreciate that you're willing to step up. The one thing that we didn't have a lot of discussion about, we don't know if there will, we don't anticipate any funding coming down. So during budget time, we might have to consider a little extra travel or a little extra stuff, advertisement or something within the budget that she would designate was something to consider.
I thought the guy that came said that, like, they do finance some of that.
I asked him again and he said no.
Okay. So I wasn't at that meeting, but she's gonna work on to make sure that we can get all we can.
Yeah.
But anyways, so just something for us to be aware of, because it will take some meetings in Paisley and North Lake to figure out the office a little bit and different things.
And if you need help like with that on the north end or something, because I live up there, I can make some of those meetings and try and decrease costs a little bit that we might have, so. Just, thank you.
Yeah, the travel isn't a real issue. It's the, I think there may be some advertisement trying to get.
Advertisement, I think that's when.
I think that, I generalized everything, but I think we'll, to try to get the number as accurate as we can, we're gonna have some outreach. You know, so, anyway, any further discussion?
Nope.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. You are the coordinator. Thank you, Melanie, for stepping up.
Hey,
Meeting minutes
I'm in
of 4/2, 4/3, 4/10. Everybody's reviewed those?
I would,
Okay,
Entertain a motion?
okay.
I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes as
So he
presented.
was on the phone.
I'll second.
Motion's been made and seconded to accept the minutes as presented. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. To our additions, we have the circuit court security, Mr. Berman. You're it.
For sure.
Well, the sheriff's in here, maybe we ought to see if he has something before we let you talk.
I just had a question.
Is it an appropriate question for a public meeting, sir?
That I don't know. It's,
Well, that's a loaded question.
honestly, I don't know. I'd like to request an executive meeting. Do I do that in this format or?
An executive meeting
Session?
session. Let's get through this and we'll take a break and we'll check with legal
Okay.
counsel on what you want to go in under and see if it fits.
Okay.
Just to make sure if it's potential litigation, we can go under that, if it's
Okay.
other things.
It runs along the same line as the previous.
Okay.
Different.
We'll
So,
check.
so I
Yeah,
would
we might
say,
still check with legal counsel.
I would say we'll probably be able to, but we'll want legal
Yeah.
counsel online and possibly another department head.
Perfect.
Okay, Mr. Berman.
Gary, you need to say anything?
Oh, by the way, I had,
You guys want to take a 15-minute
Yeah,
break?
let's do it. Let's take it in segments.
Mr. Berman, you're here on, yesterday you brought the quote to us. So you need us to possibly accept that quote, and the second part of that would be to accept the contract that you put together.
Yes, I wanted to add that, because I got it ready in time, so I'd save us another meeting
The contract with,
with
Circuit Court.
with Rock Thornton Builders.
okay.
Okay. So first off, I'll move to accept the quote of $8,080 between Lake County and Rock Thornton Builders.
I'll second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Mr. Berman, you have a contract to enter in with that quote being awarded, and that's before us for approval also.
I've beat it up a little bit this morning. Dave has ran it by legal counsel. Legal counsel says it's okay.
Well,
Well,
I haven't got back. Legal's the one that put this originally together. He's the one that originally wrote this, so as far as the legalities, I'm probably saying this wrong, but the legalities of things, it's in here. Some of the verbiage that Commissioner Winters and I have wanted to put in there wasn't in there, so I changed it up, put some stuff in there to protect the county, not necessarily 100% legally, but just, well, yes, legally, but it helps us.
clarified some things.
It verifies some things that we've dealt with in the past that we didn't have in there, and it bit us in the rear. So we put it in there where
Good.
it won't put us in a bind no more. I can pull this up and go, well, it says right here, you have to do this, so. And Rob has agreed with it. I've already talked to Rob about
Okay.
it, so.
And that was my only concern yesterday when looking at the other contract. It was itemized and the other one wasn't. But as long as you're getting what you need in the contract and it's
Right, that's
clarified in
where,
there.
that's where it gets
good.
it at. It
And
don't matter
Mr.
if
Bailey's
they-
looked at it, so.
Yeah, so.
so I'll move to accept the contract contingent upon legal counsel's final review. That's where you're at.
Yeah, sounds good, actually.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. So, we can sign that. I don't know if it's all three of us or one of us, as soon as you have that word back from legal counsel. So now we're gonna take a short break. I'll catch the sheriff.
Are you gonna call him? You're gonna call him.
I'm going to catch and find out what he wants to go in under, and either myself or Melanie will get a hold of Jim and make sure he's available.
Okay.
But if we recess, then we can come back at what time fits legal counsel's time if he's tied up with a client or something.
Okay, sounds good.
So, anyway, short recess.